anything particularly good in the Q&A. I got through like the first couple questions. And
not really. I mean, they just said for vintage collection, they said like the Anakin will have soft goods, and then they said it was interesting. They said they're with how things are going, they're transitioning more to like more reveals throughout the year rather than having like 2 or 3 big events where they reveal like 15 figures or so.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I like that better because it feels like there's less of a drought.
Yeah.
If you string it along rather than, because before it was like Toy Fair at the beginning of the year, and then Comic-Con, and then maybe one thing towards the end of the year, and that was it. Like,
yeah,
those are the big things. So,
and then they also mentioned, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I thought it was a pretty decent response. They said like whenever the shipping crisis is over and the world gets back to being able to ship stuff on time, they're going to try to balance catching up waves and not wanting to hit everybody with, a bunch of charges, right away. Because they know people will probably, might not be able to pay for like...
I had a bunch of... So far
cases,
this year has been very expensive because of all my 2021 shit has started hitting. So that's something we'll talk about for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So... I guess we should pre-start like with the Patreon show.
And we can just throw all that in there with the patrons. I mean, they can just.
They can just hear us gab and talk about shop talk.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Welcome to Behind the Scenes Patreons. If you're watching this is planned.
This is our cold open.
We don't do anything by accident.
Right.
I'm recording, right? Yeah, I'm recording.
I hope you're recording. Time.
I'm kidding. Yeah, that one time. That was a thing. That was
like 35 minutes in, and we were starving.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Both of us.
It was not. It was not a small mistake. That's for sure. That was bad.
Yeah, that was very.
So, it's only been a week since our last recording, so I don't know. When it's 2 weeks, I feel like there's a lot to talk about, and it's been so long.
Usually,
and now that it's only been a week, I'm like, what is there to catch up on? I just talked to you.
I don't really know if there's even anything we have to talk about.
I mean, that's not true. There's lots to talk about.
You mean there was a lot of reveals yesterday? Did I miss anything?
There were some reveals. We had, it was Boba Fett shit.
What's funny, and
I'm gonna swear on the Patreon only.
On the Patreon, yeah. I swear anytime,
Oh, my name is Zach, and I swear what I want to. I'm a big boy.
I'm a grown man. You can obviously.
I'm wearing
a wider sweater today.
Boba Fett finale on our thing here, so don't forget to talk about it.
So it's funny because if you notice, I didn't post any of the reveals from yesterday whenever they were revealed. Specifically because I'm at work all day, and I didn't want to get on Instagram or anything.
Because you didn't want to.
I didn't want to see any Boba Fett. Yeah. They timed it to where it's the morning of Boba Fett, and I'm like, I can't watch this till like 7.
They even talked about it. Yeah. They even said they were like, we're not going to spoil anything, but you should go watch it. And I was like, you guys better not spoil anything. And I hid chat, so I couldn't see anything. But it doesn't really matter because the end was basically spoiled for me. First thing in the morning, as soon as I woke up, checked my email. And some smartass commented on like a 2-year-old video of my stuff and absolutely ruined the end for me right there. And I was pissed.
My
god! I'm lucky I was on the toilet because I would shit myself. I was so mad.
That's a terrible way to have it spoiled for you. Just somebody posting like a 2-year-old video.
Like you think checking your email will be safe. Like no one's just going to email you spoilers. Spoilers aren't going to be in your emails at 7 a.m. the day new thing comes out. But
what did it say? Was it talking about Boba on the Rancor?
It was talking about Cad Bane, and it was because in a 2-year-old video I mentioned when I wanted Cad Bane on wish list. I was like, Boba Fett, Cad Bane's my favorite. and someone's like, I've been waiting 2 years. Cad Bane sucks. Boba Fett killed him. Like, the fuck, dude? Like, the fuck? It's 7 a.m.
Dude watched it at like 3 a.m. right when it launched. I'm gonna go. I have to go comment on the first Cad Bane video I see.
I know, right? I almost stayed up till midnight to watch it, but I really wanted to be a responsible adult and go to bed at a reasonable time and get up and go about my day and not let Star Wars just ruin or like rule every aspect of my life. You know, I was just trying to be a normal ass person.
A normal person.
But people won't let me.
Star Wars.
People won't let me enjoy Star Wars at a normal rate.
At least you have the option to where you could stay up if you could. It'd be 3 a.m. for me.
That's true. Yeah, for me it's midnight. Midnight's not that big. There was. I mean, for me, midnight was early. There was a time in my life where it's only midnight. Why are you going to bed now? I couldn't even sleep if I wanted to. And now it's like 11:30, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's about time to hit that hay.
Yeah, now that I don't work from home anymore, I have to actually keep a good sleeping schedule. But even when I was working from home, I had to be on my laptop at 8:30 in the morning. Yeah. I was still going to bed super late because I could just go lay on the couch, turn on the laptop, and like just pretend I'm doing something for an hour, and then start actually working.
I mean, one of the nice things about working from home is I'll get up early because I got morning meetings and stand-ups and stuff to go to. But like, I'll go take a nap in the middle of the day. I'll go take like a half-hour nap. know, it's really nice. Like,
I would just play video games all day. Yeah, like there were days when I wasn't busy at my last job, and I was just either video games, basketball. Like friends would come over and play basketball. It was great.
That's fun. That's fun. Okay, well, that was a fun little pre-show for the Patreons, and if you're a Patreon member,
thank you, Patreon.
That was for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Not Black Series talk right there. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. And I guess we should move on. We should move on to the show proper, right? We should actually start talking about stuff.
The Black Series
for the show. Yeah, the Black Series. You want to do a podcast?
I'm down. I'm always down for a Black Series Cantina show. Let's do it.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Let's do it.
Well, hi there. Thank you for listening to Black Series Cantina. If you want to know about 6-inch scaled Star Wars toys, you have come to the right spot because this is the place. This is Black Series Cantina, and I am your host, Mike. And then this is the more different host,
Zach.
That's what people call me. Still a host. Like he's not like a lesser host. He's
we're
just
equal.
He's just not me. Yeah, he's just not me. Like physically.
Yeah,
he's not.
He's not physically. My name is Zach.
Yeah, one day though, we'll get there.
Maybe, maybe we'll just merge. We'll like fuse like Dragon Ball Z style, into one person.
Oh, I don't know if I can lower my power level that low.
Oh,
wow. We'll have to use those earrings instead of the dance, which is fine because the earrings are cooler anyway.
Yeah. You don't like when they touch the fingers,
I mean, the dance is fun, but I feel like the earrings are cooler. Like Gotenks is all right, but Vegito's where it's at. I mean, come on.
I've noticed a theme to where we always start the show talking about something else. I think last show we talked about
something not Star Wars. Yeah,
last show I think we talked about Pokemon, and then that one show we talked about like Marvel Legends for like an hour or something.
For a while. It was not an hour. I would not let us talk about Marvel Legends for an hour. This is not Marvel Legends Cantina, okay?
But hello there. Hello there. Welcome to Black Series Cantina. Obviously, you know why we're doing this. We had a show last week, but lots of news to go over.
We bumped it up. You might notice we're like, well, guys, this isn't your normal release schedule. Well, first of all, we don't really have a normal release schedule.
We try.
We typically just go every other week, but sometimes
Hasbro throws a wrench in our tire, and we gotta pump it up.
We gotta pump that up. So not only did we have our very first fan interaction with the people, the Star Wars team since the Rancor failed, which spoiler alert, they did not mention once.
I wonder if they told them not to ask about it.
I think so.
Because I feel like somebody would have. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. But also, we had the finale of Boba Fett. So we just really, we wanted to talk about it as soon as possible.
It's rather than waiting for us,
another week and then having things be less relevant. Even more less relevant than a couple days after all this stuff happened. Because in internet terms, a week might as well be a year in terms of what people care about, you know.
Yeah, people are already thinking about Kenobi now.
I know.
They released the poster for it.
It was just the poster. It was just a poster, guys. It's just a poster.
Funny story. I actually texted Mike and I said,
"You did."
That Kenobi teaser at the very end of the credits was pretty awesome or something. And
I was so mad. I was like, "Did I not watch far enough?"
I might have gotten him a little bit.
You did. No, you totally got me. I opened. My wife was like, "What are you doing? Are we watching this again?" I'm like, "No, I have to check something."
I almost saved it for whenever we were like on the air and like mentioned it, you know. And like, I would have stopped what we were doing and watched right now. But I figured by then you would have realized you wouldn't have seen it.
You know, the whole time I was looking, no one had mentioned it, and I'm like, there's no way no one would mention it, you know. So I had doubts in my mind, but it was also like, this is stupid not to check. Like, I'm gonna check.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So I had to do that to somebody, you know.
You did, and you got me. I got got.
You got?
I got. Well, for the people watching us on Patreon, hi. And if you're listening to us, also hi. But if you want to watch us, you can watch us on Patreon. It's only $5 a month. And that sounds like a lot, but it's expensive to make podcasts.
It is expensive to make podcasts.
Yeah. So it goes to help out the channel.
Yeah, it hurts when Mike hits me with a text saying, "Where's my $100?" I'm like, "Oh, here we go." That's like a case of Black Series, whatever, for the show.
True,
but I love doing the show, so it's worth it, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to put that out there. We're well into our 13th episode. Is this an unlucky 13, or we're doing lucky 13 this time?
I don't know. I feel like it's lucky 13 because I feel like I got all my pre-orders in.
Yeah.
I was able to secure the.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. We haven't talked about that yet. We'll talk about that. But I will say on that note, I think episode 13 is going to be one for the history books. I think it's going to be one for the archives.
That was good. That was good. I like that.
You see what I did?
You see
what I did there? You see what I did there?
That.
I thought about that like an hour before we were recording. I'm like, I gotta remember to say that.
Wow, that's clever.
Because that's a good one.
How did I not think about that?
I don't know. But speaking of which, did you get anything last week?
Are we going into fine editions?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
So here's the reason I don't have. Well, I do want to talk about something. I was going to have the Arvala 7 Mandalorian because I was able to secure that from Target finally.
That's good.
I don't condone anybody doing this, but I was driving on the interstate to work, and it was like, early in the morning, so I guess there was not a lot of people online, or awake and like looking at the alert. So I was changing the music on my phone, right when I got the alert, so I was able to really fast, and I'm like driving. Don't recommend it, but I was able to secure it, so it ended up working out.
So you heard it here. He definitely wasn't driving and buying a toy at the same time. If that's what you heard, correct. That's what you heard, that's not what happened. Because we here at Black Series Cantina would never condone using your phone while you're driving. It's just dangerous and illegal in places. So we weren't doing that. If you think you heard it that way, you misheard it. I'm just saying, for legal purposes, that's not the order of events that happened. But congratulations for ordering your Arvala 7.
Thank you very
Mando.
much.
Yeah.
And then it said scheduled delivery Thursday by end of day. And then literally like 3 hours ago, I'm sitting, at work, and I get a notification saying it's been delayed for Friday, February 11th. I'm like, it's going to be my fine edition this week.
It was going to be our fine edition. So don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Save it for the next time.
I did get some figures they're not Star Wars, so I would go over them pretty. I know you. I don't think you have this one, but you were talking about maybe getting it, right?
I do have it. No, I have it.
Oh, I thought you didn't have it.
Right there. No, he's right here on the bottom shelf.
Yes,
I had to get Fat Thor. No, I had to get Fat Thor.
I got it for $2.
Oh wow, that's a good deal.
I had a $25 off coupon from my local comic shop, so
I was like, that's like a $27 figure, and that makes sense.
I had $25 off from like rewards points and all that. And I was at Target, and I found this like Kane figure. You know, I'm not the biggest current WWE fan, but I was a really big WWE fan as a little kid, and this is like my favorite Kane outfit. So
there you go. Since that is a classic Kane outfit. Yep. Yeah. Here, let me make it bigger so people can see that we're watching.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the Kane I got. To do that. There we go. From the 1997 or 98 or whatever it was. And one last one. I'm not sure if you got yours, but Landspeeder Luke made these pins, the box pins, the red and black box.
No, I haven't gotten mine yet. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool. And for the people listening on audio, I'm showing you can go on my Instagram, and I made a post there about it. But yeah, he was nice enough to send that to me, and he has one for you in the mail too.
Did you see his post on the little stands he made?
Those are amazing.
The little modular stands.
Those are so good.
Because we were supposed to have him on the last episode, and something happened, and he couldn't. And it's fine. Yeah. You know, life happens.
Yeah, we're working on the schedule. Yeah.
Well, he's gonna be on the show. But I was going to bring that up and talk about how good of an idea that is, and how much money I would throw at him to be able to buy them.
Yeah. This pin is
so Landspeeder Luke, if you're listening,
which he is.
Stuff. Yeah, of course he is. I'm saying if you're listening as if I don't know that he is listening. He's listening. In fact, he's probably watching because he is a Patreon.
He's a Patreon member. So everybody, go on my Instagram, look for the picture of the pin, click on the tag Landspeeder Luke, and then you can get yours. Yeah. He is also, I think he's going to try to make the orange and the blue boxes also. I'm not sure.
That's
and then
cool.
he might do like a set, which I'm definitely going to buy.
Oh man, I want all those for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So I definitely want to give him a shout out on that.
I got a couple things if we're ready for what I got.
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Well, I went to Target today on a whim, and I haven't told anyone this yet.
I don't believe you. Number one, I don't believe
you will never guess what I found at Target today.
I'm hoping it's the Wave 30. Is it 32? I guess
no, it was just General Lando. I didn't buy it, but I just.
Oh, okay. I figured. I knew you were on to something.
I did. I threw on a Hail Mary. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Target. I'm gonna go to Target on my lunch today, and I'm just gonna see. And it'd be really cool if I walk in and they were all just sitting there, and I could be like, oh, look at my fine editions today. Look at me. I'm so cool. But no. I do have some fine editions though.
They're starting to be in my area though, so I'm gonna get out there and look this weekend. I'm gonna be looking hard.
Well, cool. I got the archive. Speaking of archives, which we'll speak about more later.
It's a big theme this week.
It is. This is the archive episode. This is the what will we call it? Let's see. Archive Jive. The Archive Jive. That's what we're calling it.
Perfect.
But I got the Leia right here. This is the A New Hope Leia, which, you know what? She doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, I like it. The face nice and updated on that one.
Yeah, we got the I got the 501st. I already have one of these because I got the Order 66 pack, but you gotta have two.
Oh yeah, I have so many of those on order, and I just haven't gotten that archive wave yet. But I've wanted the 501st figures for so long. It's my favorite clone trooper.
It is. It's a good clone trooper, but it's not a good figure.
Yeah, that makes sense. It needs to be on the new mold. I just need the 501st.
Yes, specifically the mold they put that on is probably the worst clone trooper, because there were a couple different versions of the original clone trooper mold, but before they redesigned it.
Yeah.
And that one has the worst articulation. Like it's first order stormtrooper levels of bad in terms of how they can hold their blasters and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the embarrassing one is I honestly don't know why I ordered Revan. I have the original. It's not different. I just did it because I felt like I had to.
Felt like you had to.
I don't know. but I ordered him. And then lastly, because I opened him, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. And I shot a video on him last night. So by the time this is out for public consumption and normal people with normal lives are listening to us talk about toys, the video for that will be up. But also, I'll probably say the video for Leia will also probably be up by that point. Hopefully, by that point as well. So we'll see how that works out.
What do you think of the head on that? I know it's still a little too small of a head, but how do you think the paint is?
It's not a different head. It's weird for me. The weirdest thing was the stark color difference. Like he's almost blonde in terms of his hair color, because the other one was a lot darker.
Yeah, it was a lot more orange. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that his face doesn't look surprised. His old face with the whites in his eyes, it always kind of looked like he was like
shocked.
But shocked. This one, I should probably say that because people are listening to the podcast and really not watching it. Yep. But yeah, he had this like wide-eyed, I just pooped my pants kind of shocked look about him. So because the sculpt is the same, it's literally the difference is the paint.
Yeah.
And that's what they used to say back in the days, because people would repaint Black Series heads and you'd be like, wow, those look amazing. And it's because the sculpt was always there. It's just let down by a terrible paint job. So that's the thing that I got. But just also today, and this is not related to Black Series at all, I did get some Mythic Legions today.
Ooh.
I like these. Got a little skeleton guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
These are Legion builders, so they're meant to be bought in bulk, so you could have like an army. This guy his name is Sir Gerard. He's just like a black knight guy. I kind of dug him, so I got him. I got this another kind of troop builder. He's just like a crusader guy, like he's just kind of like a knight. I don't know, Templar. There we go. And then the last one is just a black knight guy. He's just a regular kind of black knight. So I like these.
Yeah, those
I like them a lot. I also, just for funsies, I checked my PO box today, and someone sent me this.
Nice.
Galaxy of Heroes Mando. So that's kind of neat. This is I think it was a store that sent it to me, and it's in my Instagram, and I totally forgot to look it up before this, but that's okay. And then lastly, this is the last thing, because again, I just got this today. Mm-hmm. When I was on Victoria's Cantina, I mentioned this, and this guy sent it to me. This is the old Power of the Force cruise missile.
Oh, look at that.
Trooper guy. And,
that is really awesome.
It's really dumb, but I love it. Like, it's basically literally a missile that you shoot out, and there's a guy in it. I don't know. Like, I thought this is my favorite toy as a kid.
Yeah, it's
a neat toy. This is my favorite toy as a kid. He's like a person, and there doesn't have to be a person in there. There's a person that's not removable. He doesn't come out. He's just a person from the waist up. Yeah, it's weird.
Never seen that before. That's insane.
Are you serious? Oh,
I've never seen that before.
I love this thing.
I'm not an old head, so
that's true. There's little engines that clip on. Let me clip these engines on real quick here. It looks. I think there's missiles in here that I don't know if they're actually in here somewhere or not. But yeah. So like,
wow, that thing is wild. It's like a glider almost.
Unfurls. Yeah, like. Well, it's supposed to be like a little personal kind of thing, but then it folds up.
Yeah.
Like a little transformer kind of thing. I don't know. Like.
Yeah, that's really neat.
I love this thing as a kid. It was one of my favorite toys. So, I don't know. It was nice of them to send. I don't collect that stuff anymore, but it was nice of him to send.
I mean, it's nice to have it sitting on the shelf, you know.
And if you're listening to this and you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. It's a cruise missile trooper, I think is what it was. Imperial missile trooper. But he's basically half guy. It looks like his dad was a Star Destroyer and his mom was a stormtrooper, and they had a kid together, and it's like a half AT-AT driver, half kind of speedboat monstrosity is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Very cool though. Very cool.
Yeah, thanks. So that's enough of that. Can we move on to the news?
You want to give our patrons a shout out really fast?
Yeah, I guess we can. I guess we can, Zach.
So thank you. We are up to 16 patrons.
Woo!
So that's, I think last time we had like 10 or 12. I can't remember. Big shout out to all the patrons: Jeff Reno, Frostbit3, Luke Mirza, Aaron Darrow, Bill Fryer, Caleb Clone Command, Daniel Roman, H-Town Ray, Josh Gill, Jim Mason, Dank Ches, Count Cardboard, Tim Long, Skywalker Hendricks, in all caps, Andrew Silva, and of course Landspeeder Luke. Just a reminder: go get your pin from Landspeeder Luke.
Go get those pins.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think we'll be reading everyone's name off every time, but when there's only 16 people, you can believe that we will read
until
all
we
the
get
names
to like 20, 25.
Yeah.
You know, depending on how packed the news is.
It's a fun thing that we're very happy that people want to support us.
Yeah.
So, thanks,
on to the
Patreon
news.
supporters. Let's talk about that news, please. Bring home the bounty this week. What did you think?
Very good one.
Yeah, I think so too. It was
It seemed like people really enjoyed, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Trooper is a popular character.
It got me like 80,000 views on my TikTok video I made about it.
Oh, dang. Look at you blowing up on that
right?
TikTok. Yeah, you know, the Dark Trooper was one of those. It was an EU concept back in the day. I think it was Dark Forces.
Wasn't it in a video game too? Was it a video
Dark
game?
Forces.
Yeah, Dark Forces.
Dark Forces. Yeah, They were created in the game Dark Forces, and then now we have them in actual, not just regular canon, but like video canon. So it's not just like in a new book or a new video game or a new comic book that's canon. It's like this is legit, real big boy canon here.
Oh yeah, and I'm super stoked for it because it was in my top 10. You know, we did the top 10 recently, so
we will talk about that for sure. But you got this one right there, right on the nose.
I'm so excited.
Dark Trooper. What number was that on your list?
I think 7.
Okay.
7. Okay. I think I had it right under both Palpatines.
Yeah.
I can't remember though. 7 or something like that. But it was definitely in the top 10, and I ordered 2 of them. Super stoked, you know, to get it. And people complaining. I
also ordered 2 of them.
You told me you were only going to get 1. Look at you.
I know, but I ordered 2 of them.
You got to have them flanking, you know.
Well, what I did was I ordered one from Hasbro Pulse because that's just a knee-jerk reaction. At 10 a.m. every morning, I refresh Hasbro Pulse because that's when they put new stuff on there. Because you don't know. So, like, sometimes they'll just put random stuff on there without announcing it at 10 a.m. So I habitually will just refresh it to see. So I saw it pop up and I was like, nope, okay, I'm ordering it. And then I went over to, I think I pre-ordered on Amazon.
Yeah, you sent me the link, and that's where I ended up getting it too.
I regret not ordering it from Dorkside Toys because I have a feeling Dorkside Toys sometimes get stuff just ridiculously early for no reason.
It's not too late. Can't you still order it from Dorkside?
I probably can. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go order. I'll have 3 on order.
There you go.
But the nice thing about pre-ordering is you don't actually, unless they all come in stock at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you can just cancel one. So as soon as one comes in stock and ships, you can just go and cancel the other ones if you don't want them. That's usually why I pre-order, because from multiple places, so I can cancel whatever doesn't come in first.
Yeah.
I like to hedge my bets, if you will. But what do you think of the figure itself?
I think it looks really, in the packaging, I thought it looked a little strange because I feel like the eyes were hard to see in just a regular picture of it in the box. But once you I'm interested to see in how, like, if it's hollow, you know, and if it's built cheaply almost. I'm hoping it's
I get
not.
you.
But the accessories, it comes with fists, which is big to me. Where he's like punching Mando in the helmet, and the rockets for his boots or for his feet, you know, for him flying.
Right.
And since it's a deluxe, I know they had to throw something in there. So I'm glad we're at least getting extra hands, and then the flying, you know, the rocket, the fire.
Yeah, so we're getting a gun. We're getting fisty hands and regular hands, which kind of annoying to me because, like, okay, he gets fisty hands, but Wrecker doesn't. Cool. Mm-hmm. Not complaining that he has them, just complaining that Wrecker doesn't. I'm not mad that he has extra hands. I just want that out there. And then the flame effects. The thing for me was like, okay, he's got flame effects for his shoes, but like, he's just gonna stand on flames. Like, what are we doing here? We don't have a flight stand. So I went on Hasbro Pulse and I ordered another 3-pack of their flight stands.
Oh, how much are they?
It's $15 and you get 3 of them.
Okay.
So it's like $5 each, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad. There are better flight stands out there. And then someone will in the comments or, email us or whatever, tell us the Bandai flight stands are better or the NECA stands are better.
Or something on eBay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure and if you have a better solution, let us know. Email us. blackseriescantina @gmail.com. Let us know what you're using for your stands because
oh yeah, for sure.
I'm genuinely curious now because I've been doing the Hasbro one, and that's just because I'm a Hasbro shill. We covered that, right?
Yes, we have. You're in their pocket.
Yeah, I'm in their pocket. That's right.
Or they're in your pocket. I don't know.
I just don't know any better. Yeah, who knows? All in all, what do you think about it being deluxe? Like, is the size worth the deluxe price, or the accessories worth the deluxe price? What's your thought on?
I actually got downvoted on the Black Series Reddit for saying this. I think I replied to somebody in the comment, but I said, with the way things are going, I understand like why this has to be a deluxe, because I guess more plastic, and I guess they are putting accessories in there. And I don't mind paying, the deluxe price for a Dark Trooper, since I just personally really wanted them. But we haven't seen it like out of the box next to another figure for scale.
Yeah.
So it better be in scale, unlike the General Grievous figure, or people might start being a little more upset about it. If it's in scale and it's nice and bulky and it's not like the joints aren't loose and it's cheaply made and like hollow, which I'm sure it'll be fine. Hasbro's been really good lately. I think I'm really excited for it. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's about right, honestly. Like, I think it's more deluxe than any of the deluxe Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
And I think it well earns that deluxe box and price point. Just based, in theory, because like you said, we haven't seen it, but in theory, it should be big.
Yeah.
He should be a thick boy.
Yeah. Some of the Boba Fetts they're releasing should not be deluxe. The only thing extra we're getting.
I agree.
The only thing extra we're getting is like a little extra plastic because he's a little more bulky now in his build.
Yeah.
And the head, which, come on now.
Yeah.
Like the paint on the Jedi Ruins one, you could argue maybe because they're doing that Cobb Vanth thing,
Well, it's the same thing as the Cobb Vanth. Yeah, for sure.
But it's like maybe, are we really getting that much extra accessories for it to be like we are the Cobb Vanth? So
yeah, I don't know. It's really frustrating, but at the same time, like I said, if you don't like it, just don't buy it. Exercise your right. Vote with your wallet. Don't buy it. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so that was the Bring Home the Bounty, and those went up for pre-order already. So if you haven't pre-ordered one, there are places that's still in stock. I'm pretty sure Big Bad Toy Store, Dorkside Toys. I know it's not on Hasbro Pulse anymore. I think Entertainment Earth is still up. There's tons of little mom and pop, toy retailers like Nerd Zoic and places like that. So
Old Republic Collectibles, you can get it there.
Yeah, Old Republic Collectibles is a great one as well. So if you want to buy it, is this fan channel exclusive or is it just one of those things that's going to be everywhere like Jar Jar Binks? I don't think they said.
I don't think it's exclusive at all. I think you can get it anywhere.
No, so I think eventually it'll probably show up at Target and Walmart.
I think I pre-ordered 2 from Target just because.
Did you really?
Yeah, I pre-ordered 2 from Target and Amazon because whichever comes first, I'll just cancel the other 2.
It's going to cancel the others, yeah.
I did Target because the red card 5% plus free shipping.
Say that 5% and you get free shipping. That's true.
So it made it like actually super cheap for the 2 of them, and it was cheaper than Amazon and cheaper than anywhere else. So, but I know they're going to probably cancel it because that's what Target does.
Plus if they come out at the same time, you can just return the ones to Target. Like they'll just take them back.
Or I can just have 4,
harder, yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not impossible, but it's harder to return to Amazon. Although I guess not really. It's more work to return to Amazon.
You can return. Do you have a Kohl's? I don't know if California has
Kohl's.
I
know. You can go to Kohl's.
You can go to Kohl's.
Kohl's and just hand it to them. Yeah. Okay. So, and then this is the release date for me though was the shocker.
Yeah.
So it's currently February of 2022, and this has a scheduled release date of May 2023.
It is wildly far out there.
That's so. It was so far. I actually had trouble buying it because my card expires.
Before that,
and yeah. So it was just it was little things like that. Like what the heck? Mm-hmm. Why are we doing this? Why so far out? And I know they kind of covered that in the Q&A today, which we'll talk about. And I guess we can kind of roll. We can use that as a roll into the Q&A. Look at that. That's a good segue because that's the next thing on the list is talking about the Q&A.
What about the Walmart Boba Fett?
We didn't talk about that.
Was that last
the same
week?
kind of thing.
That was
no,
this week.
It premiered last week, but the pre-orders went up
and then this
well.
week.
Yeah. So the pre-orders.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I want to give a big shout out to Hasbro and to Walmart because this was the best pre-order experience through Walmart I think of all time. And it's Boba Fett, so it's pretty sought after figure. It's not like nobody wanted it because it was up for a solid 2 hours. A little over 2 hours, and then until you could pre-order it. So, like, if you were busy and you didn't have to rush to order it, you still were able to get it. So, very smooth pre-order experience. It didn't get delayed like 8 minutes. It didn't go 5 minutes early like it has in the past. To where you check it at the time and it's like almost sold out already. It was up right at 1. It lasts until Eastern time for me, and it lasted over 2 hours. So, big shout out to the Hasbro and to Walmart for that being so. I want to give them more credits too because we do criticize them when bad pre-order experiences. Even so,
now I'm going to criticize them. Now I'm going to criticize them some more because Walmart is still terrible. Number one,
yes,
and this is actually where I had trouble. I didn't have trouble with the Dark Trooper. I misremembered it. I had trouble buying this figure because Walmart wouldn't let me use my debit card. Because my debit card expires in June, and this stupid figure doesn't come out until next year. And Walmart's like, no, you got to use a card that won't be expired by then because they don't let you change your form of payment on a pre-order. They also don't let you change your address on a pre-order. So if you pre-ordered this figure, you better hope that you don't have to move in the next year.
Yep.
Because if you do... you have to cancel it. They won't let you change it. You can cancel it or you can try to intercept it once it's shipped. I did do that on some of the Walmart releases because I moved back in May. So the clone, the black, was it the Bad Batch figures that we pre-ordered sometime last year?
Yeah.
I had to, when I got the shipping notification, I had to call the shipping company and be like, yo, I moved. Can we change the address? And I eventually got it, but it was a lot of hassle.
Yeah,
and I had to do it fast. So it didn't get delivered to my old house because the person that lives in my old house has stolen so many of my packages.
Oh, God.
So many. Because they'll get delivered there, and then I'll go over, and I'll be like, yo, did you get this package? They'll be like, nope, no, we never got that package. Oh, that's crazy. It's so weird,
wow.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They've stolen so many of my things.
They're reselling your stuff.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. And there's a lot of pre-orders, and you think you get them all, but there's always one you miss. Or, in Walmart's case, one you just can't change. Because Walmart, for some reason, does not let you change pre-order shipping addresses. And they don't let you change the card you use to buy something if you have it on pre-ordered. So Walmart, kudos for having it in stock for longer than 30 seconds. But boo, big ol' fat boo to you for your messed up backwards pre-ordering system that is so stupid, so monumentally stupid and backwards. And you really need to fix it.
And I had that issue, remember, I think it was October or November of whatever year, when it was the Clone Wars Ahsoka wave. And it was supposed to be shipped at the end of the month, but my card expired like at the end of that month.
Yes.
And luckily
they canceled
shipped. No, it shipped like they told me like it had to be that card, or like if that card wasn't able to work, and while for shipping time they were just going to cancel it because I tried to change the card.
Yeah.
But luckily it shipped like 2 days before the end of the month.
Oh,
so I got super lucky with that.
You got lucky there,
yeah,
for sure.
But they weren't going to let me change the card, and because and if I got a new card, then I wouldn't have been able to change it.
They're so stupid.
I held on to the card because I could have gone to PNC and gotten a new card with a new number, but then that old one would automatically be dead. So I had to hold on to it till its very last 2 or 3 days alive, and luckily,
and I didn't have time. I had to use a credit card because I didn't have time to run to the bank and get a new debit card. That was so stupid. Anyways, I don't want to think about that anymore. So that was the bring home the bounty, and we had a couple Q&A questions. But let's talk about the Fan First Wednesday first, because a lot of the Q&A questions kind of pertain to that. So first, they announced 4 new archive figures, and I was ecstatic because I don't have to buy any of these. So all I saw was 4 figures I already own, and I can just sit back and relax and be happy. So the first one was C-3PO. Now, I was disappointed by this because if they had released, like, say, the one in the Droid Depot box, but painted the legs silver, because that uses the new 4LOM body, I would have bought it because I want a 3PO with better articulation, but with that silver leg. Because a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of people, I realize, don't realize this. But C-3PO had a silver leg.
The very first time we see him, yeah.
Yep. I didn't recognize him at first because of the silver leg. I thought the red arm was going to throw me off. The silver leg was
the silver leg is what got you.
But this is just a straight re-release of the Walgreens exclusive C-3PO with the older, worser articulation.
Yep. And a little bit more about like this first. Well, I guess I'll just say like obviously the rest of them people know the Lando, Skiff-Guard, Dengar, and Emperor Palpatine. They revealed them for the first time. This is why I don't like the whole and I think on the previous shows I've mentioned this. I don't really like the whole pipeline thing. If they want to announce like 1 or 2 here now and then, like that's cool, but they're announced in full archive waves at a time, and like so whenever they said C-3PO, I automatically knew in my head.
You knew the next 4 were.
The next 3 are going to be like it makes the stream like it just kills it almost.
Yeah.
And then later on, I know we're going to get into it a little more, but they pipeline revealed more archive wave figures. So I'm like, so whenever you show these to us in the packaging in December, that stream is going to be lame as hell. We're going to as soon as you say Force Awakens Han, we're going to know what you're showing. So I don't pipeline is fine, but just reveal them when you reveal them, and it just gives it like more substance.
Yeah, I agree. I think pipeline is fun to know what's coming out.
Like do like 1 or 2.
I think it's different. I think it's different for regular line releases for new figures because you aren't seeing the figure. You're like, oh, we're gonna make this, but there's still that kind of wow moment when they actually show us what the figure looks like. Where archive figures are figures we've seen before. Yeah. Like these aren't new figures. Like as soon as they showed off the 3PO, I was like, oh, well, that's the 3PO they're using. Okay, that's fine.
I guess like I feel like maybe archive is fine for the pipeline, but then they reveal like.
No, I don't think it's fine. I think you're spot on with that.
But like also, I just feel like since they revealed like Clone Wars Seed 7, and we're gonna get into the list. I'm just kind of jumping forward a little bit. Like, can you imagine how much
don't ruin anything. Come on, man.
Well, I'm on my rant right now.
We'll get there. Rant at appropriate time.
Okay.
Rant at appropriate times.
Okay.
No,
rant
it's
at appropriate times. You're
I want to get my thoughts on this archive wave real quick. Okay. First, the Lando Skiff-Guard. I don't know why they're re-releasing him. He wasn't released all that long ago. You can still easily buy him on Amazon for at or around retail price.
I think they were banking on
the Rancor.
They were banking on the Rancor.
They were banking on the Rancor
at the same time as the Rancor. So
yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Shot themselves in the foot on that one, but so hopefully
Rancor on the Rancor. Yeah. So Dengar I get. Dengar I get because he's Dengar I get because he's the only I think bounty hunter that hasn't been re-released recently or been an archive wave. Because I don't think Zuckuss was in an archive, but he was re-released, just straight re-released like a year or so ago.
They didn't do Dengar in the anniversary packaging for Empire, so it makes sense.
They did actually. No, you're right. They didn't. No, you're right. They didn't. They did not. I was thinking Zuckuss. They did Zuckuss and
Dengar is the only one they haven't done. So that's like the one that makes sense.
Dengar makes sense. Emperor Palpatine makes sense. He's the worser one from before, but he does have a better face, which is good. But he just comes with the stick. Is the walking? That's it. Like nothing else. And he was one of my least favorite Black Series figures. Period.
I always just like covered his face, and I was able to make it work. Or I pulled the hood down as much as I could.
Well, I got the Amazon one, and I just used one of the faces from that and put it on the 2014 one. That I get version. So now he already has an updated face, so I don't have to buy this one because I already have an Emperor with an updated face.
Yeah. So yeah, at least they gave us a look at how they're gonna look. The only one I ordered was Dengar, because that one came out when I was out of the line. Yeah. And then so I'm glad he's coming back in.
Yeah. But yeah, he's already got the updated face printing, so you don't have to worry about that. Emperor Palpatine is an updated face print, but like I said, I used the face from the Amazon one because it's the same figure. The Amazon one and the 2014 one are the exact same figure. It's just the Amazon one comes with more stuff and the seat and the soft goods skirt, whereas the 2014 one that this has a plastic rubber skirt, so he can't sit down. So in case anyone's listening to this and you're curious, that's the difference.
Yep. And I was also able to use my February what is it, the Power Pro rewards thing from GameStop. So I got $5 off Dengar. It was like
nice
$24 after shipping or $25 after shipping. So
that's awesome.
I feel like that's a win.
That is a win, absolutely.
Speaking of GameStop, they revealed a really awesome repaint of the regular old Night Brother Warrior.
Yeah.
Night Brother Archer. What do you think of the darker color on that one and the bow?
I think he looks good. I like him. I like it a lot. I mean, bows are always kind of weird because like it's really hard to give someone a bow and make it look good, in my opinion, as a toy. But I think the pictures they had of this, they had some good poses on there. So I mean, I'm gonna get it because I really like this mold. I really like the Night Brother from the game, and I have the newer, the Night Brother. So it's cool. I did forget to pre-order it until like 2 hours ago. So that's one of the nice things about GameStop is like
they're super
you don't have
good.
to worry. Yeah,
they're super awesome.
Yeah, and honestly, I might go to the GameStop down the road from me and pre-order one physically, just so I can. I mean, I don't mind having two.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of army build it. There's
these you can easily army build because in the game they're pretty much all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's pretty cool. So now we can get into the pipelines, right?
Yes, let's talk about the pipelines. Your favorite things in the world, the pipelines. Pipelines are basically spoilers. So if you want to know what's coming out in the next archive wave, it's a coming.
Oh yeah. So see the two I'm excited about are the Force Awakens Han Solo and the Leia Boosh disguise.
Exact same. Those are the only two I care about because I want the updated face for Han, and I want the updated face for Leia. I have the original one, but the face on it is terrible, so I wouldn't mind a better.
Yeah,
face.
and it's like that came out 7 years ago.
It came out in 20. I want to say it came out in 2015. It was part of the very last wave of the Phase 2. And that wave was impossible to find. I didn't find it in stores. I had to order that one off Entertainment Earth actually, and I had to order it as a case.
Oh wow! So I'm really excited those two are coming back. I know Force Awakens Han people probably weren't asking for it, but that one needed a new face big time. A lot of the Force Awakens figures.
A lot of the Force Awakens.
I want those to get re-released.
And Last Jedi figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those were some of the worst times to release Black Series figures in terms of their faces and things like that. So I'm okay with any of these getting re-released. I don't know if they need to be like full mass retail re-release because I don't think they're going to be that popular. But I'm in for one.
I feel like the Leia will. I think the Boosters guys will be.
Oh no, she definitely will.
But the Han will probably not.
I think A New Hope Chewbacca will be relatively popular because he hasn't been re-released that often.
That's true.
Like the Empire Strikes Back one got released in 2020.
Yeah, because it has the pack with the C-3PO.
Well, there was
and then also
it's the same.
The Empire. Anniversary one.
Yeah, those are the same Chewbacca. So this one is the one from it was originally going to be part of Phase 1, and then they delayed it to Phase 2. Yeah.
The orange line Chewbacca, number 13. Yeah. Look at that.
That's right. That's true. There
Episode
we go.
13. Yeah. Lucky number 13. Unlucky number 13, I guess, for Chewbacca. And that one was released in the New Hope anniversary packaging too, right?
It was, and I think that's the last time it was released.
Mm-hmm, I think so.
It's not a great figure, but I understand it's old and people probably don't have it that are relatively new, so I get this one. Yeah. The one I don't get is Tarkin. Why?
Yeah, I don't understand. If you're gonna re-release it, just put it in the Rogue One packaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or A New Hope. Put it in the Galaxy line of New Hope packaging. Why are we doing this in Archive?
Who is clamoring for Tarkin? He just came out. He already has the nice face because he came out in 2018 after the face printing was a thing. Like, I don't get why they're putting Tarkin in the Archive line. That's such a weird choice.
Yeah, I don't. It's like. It seems like with each Archive, there's like one that doesn't make sense. Like the Lando gift card from last time.
Lando doesn't make sense.
Tarkin's still relatively easy to get, and it makes sense if you put him in Rogue One packaging or the New Hope. This is the thing with my Archive. Just release all these figures in the new Galaxy packaging with updated heads, and then we'll just put them in a case or something.
It's a weird choice.
And then the pipelines that make me, well, not make me mad, but I just don't understand why you want to you reveal a Darth Maul Clone Wars Season 7 in a pipeline reveal.
Well, I think that's cool because you can get people hyped for it, but you're not seeing it. Like they didn't show off the figure. They just said they're gonna make it, and so now we have that to look forward to because we know it's coming. But when they actually show it off, we'll still have that wow moment of, oh wow, that looks amazing, or oh, that looks like crap. Either way.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like it's a bigger bang whenever it's like, oh crap, they just announced it. Like the Dark Trooper was, As soon as it's announced, you see it in the box, you're like, holy, this thing is snuck up on us like crazy. But now, but I'm really excited for these three. Obviously, they were all three in your top 10.
All three of these were in my top 10. I was super surprised that I got 3 in my top 10 right here. Now, Darth Maul was high on my top 10. I think he was like number 3.
He was like 2 or 3 for you or something.
But Aayla Secura and Saw Gerrera were they were in my top 10, but they were like 7 or 9 or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, Darth Maul Clone Wars Season 7 for me was, I think he was number 3 or 4 for me.
Yeah.
And then I had Aayla Secura at like 11 because I was hem and hawing between her and Ki-Adi Mundi, but I chose Ki-Adi Mundi, so.
Well, you chose poorly, man. I'm super excited for all of these. I'm very excited. Even the Saw Gerrera, I'm like, yeah, this is the one right here. This is the good one. And they're doing the Rogue One version, not like the video game or the Clone Wars or Bad Batch. So, we're getting that classic kind of, he's like a reverse Darth Vader where, he still needs to kind of breathe weird. He's got robot body parts.
He's like the first mod.
Yeah, kind of.
From Boba Fett.
Yeah. He's just missing the Vespa. Or maybe he had one. We just didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I did write down some notes during the stream.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I pretty much covered most of them. But there is a question I wrote on here. I don't think they answered it, and I wish somebody would have asked in the Q&A today. So the Aayla Secura, are they going to release that in Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones, or Revenge of the Sith packaging?
That's a good question.
Because we still don't have any figures from Revenge of the Sith. I don't think they haven't done an Attack of the Clones box yet.
Well, the picture, they have done Attack of the Clones. They've done Attack of the Clones. We've gotten, I think, 2 figures from Attack of the Clones. We got the Lieutenant.
They're the really dark red. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The clone. So is she going to be in Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith? It'd make more sense in Revenge of the Sith, right? because she had more of a star role.
the picture they showed was from Attack of the Clones, because it was that one from the Genosian
the battle at the end.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
well, that makes sense.
Who knows?
Like
You're
her
right.
First appearance.
It could go in any of those. So, but that is a good question.
Yeah, that's just like the first thought. I was like, are they gonna lead the ROTS, packaging with it, or are they gonna put it in Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, we still don't have
Wars?
anything from Revenge of the Sith. That's a good point.
Which is, my favorite, not my favorite movie, but one of my favorite. I think from the toys when I was younger, my favorite toys, were those ones, like the packaging and all that. Yeah. So, man, it's like going to be the last one they do. It'll probably be Force Awakens, will probably be the last one they do, or Last Jedi. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't done
more recent. Yeah,
any from Last Jedi or Force Awakens. They haven't done one from Solo yet either.
Yeah, not from Solo or
not in the new packaging or Revenge of the Sith.
And we only have Jar Jar in Phantom Menace, so only one there.
That's true.
Yeah, interesting. And they haven't added on to Rebels at all, which is interesting.
Nope.
And with all the new content, I guess I don't really care if they do or don't. With Rebels,
they're plugging away at Mandalorian. That's for sure.
I want a couple characters from Rebels, but it can wait. So yeah, that's all the news. I think we got some really cool figures coming down the pipeline. I guess you'd say.
And today, because we recorded this on Thursday the 10th, today pretty much all of this went up for pre-order. And that includes the new wave of figures that have been hitting Target. So if you're looking to get the Client and the Death Watch Commando and
Mandalorian,
or
Death Watch Mando,
that's
Ahsoka,
Ahsoka and Echo and Omega.
Mm-hmm.
Those are available to pre-order from pretty much any online retailer. I ordered a case of them, like the full case, from Dorkside Toys, with the hope that Dorkside Toys gets cases in super early and sends it out, because that's what happened to the last case. Now, the bummer about this case is there is some overlap. Like, we're getting 2 Death Watch Commandos, which I'm cool with. No problem having 2 of those. But we're also getting 2 Ahsoka Tanos, which I don't need 2 Ahsoka Tanos. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I'll figure something out. I'll give it away. I'll sell it. There's a lot of things that you can do with it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm hoping I can find them in store.
There's 2 Echoes as well.
I was about to say there's 2 Echoes. I know there's 8
there's
figures.
2 Echoes,
I just typed in Entertainment Earth to go look. But there's 2 Echoes, so that's exciting. Which I don't need. So
basically, I'll have an Ahsoka
Echoes,
and an Echo to get rid of, I suppose.
And hopefully...
But I don't think it'll be hard.
Yeah, I think those are going to be pretty well sought after, so you'll be able to offload them pretty quickly. But yeah, so I ordered I had the whole case from Dorkside, the whole case from Entertainment Earth, and I ordered the individual figures from Amazon just in case they get them. So whoever gets them first, And
I did a whole case from Dorkside, and I ordered them individually from Hasbro Pulse. Is where I got mine, because I have the Hasbro Pulse membership. So like I want to get my use out of that. Basically, I want the free shipping as much as I can.
Yeah, I went to Hasbro Pulse to pre-order the Dark Trooper, but then Pulse sneakily got rid of their free shipping over $50, which everybody kind of noticed this week. Because normally if you pay $50, you get free shipping, but they got rid of that. So I'm like, well, I'm not paying all this shipping to get it from Hasbro Pulse, so I said screw it. Since I don't have the premium membership since... I thought about getting it, but then they announced like the Dave Filoni and all that was for the PulseCon exclusives weren't going to be you weren't going to be able to get them early if you had the premium membership. So I was like, well, I'm not going to get it. So
for me it's worth it. I've definitely in the last year
for the free shipping,
I've way more than got $50 worth of shipping from them, so I don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah, so I went there.
I'm looking at pictures of this Death Watch Mandalorian. I freaking love the way this thing looks. This might be my figure of the year, honestly, for 2022. Assuming it comes out. Because you're right. Also, it might come out in 2023. It's really weird.
It is one of those weird things. I'm hoping I can find it here soon because they're starting to hit in like, that Midwest type area. Yeah. So
I'm
like
still going to check the targets.
Minnesota.
Yeah. I'm used to things hitting California first because we're right on the coast where they come in, but since ports have been blocked and whatnot, they've been going around to other places.
Yep. It's funny. My area was like the first to get. I remember. I feel like I was one of the first people to get that new like the Galaxy packaging, like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And the ones that came with in that wave, I think it was like Hoth Luke or not Hoth Luke, but like
it was it was the Snowspeeder Luke and the Darth Vader.
Luke, and then that Darth Vader, and then I guess a couple of I feel like I was like one of the first people to get that, which was cool.
I actually got that after I got the wave after it because Dorkside Toys, weirdly enough, just took forever to get me that, and I think that my mistake there was instead of ordering the case, I ordered them all individually, and I think they prioritize people that bought cases.
Yeah, because if they get cases, they're just going to move them right out to create that space.
Exactly, which is 100% why I ordered the case this time instead of the figures individually, because I want to get the case. Like if it means I don't have to wait a couple extra months or whatever to get those figures, like I'll give away the extras or sell them or whatever I need to do that. So what do you think of the new price point? Because we had a new price point of $22.99 for like a year.
Yeah.
But now we have a new price point.
$24.99.
$24.99. Oof. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It just sucks because now, $100 used to get you 5 figures.
Yep.
And then it would get you, like 4, and then a little over 100 would get you that 5th one. But now it's $100. It's just 4 figures, which is wild. But I mean, I kind of have trouble with this because it is just such a sensitive topic. But to me, like, I mean, I mind it, but it's also something that I didn't really think about too much. Like, they increased it. Like, it sucks, but I still love the line. And at the $25 price point, I still really like the figures. If they said $35, then I'd probably be way, way, way more selective about, like, what I'm buying. But at $25, I still feel like, especially with the quality we've gotten lately, like, the quality has gone up. It's not like, except for that Mighty Mandalorian, I know I'm about to get it tomorrow, and you said, like, the bendy, but that was a deluxe.
Let me know what you think about that. I haven't had anyone contradict me on it, but I haven't seen anyone really comment on that. So I'm really curious about your... But, I say this every time this comes up. Inflation is a thing, and we were lucky that Hasbro went so long without changing their prices. The line came out in 2013, and figures were $19.99. In 2022, that $19.99 is now equal to $24.13. So I think $25 a figure, while it sucks, I'm not saying I like it. I'm not bootlicking. I'm not rolling over and saying yes, daddy. Please some more.
Please upcharge me. Please
don't
keep putting it up.
Want to. I'm not actively wanting to pay more money for this. But what I am saying is I get it, and while I don't like it, I understand it, that it's a necessary thing because they are a business, and every year things get more expensive. No matter what, things get more expensive. Whether you get a raise or not, things get more expensive. Prices always go up.
And like they're in the plastic business, and so like, the figures are plastic. There's plastic in the packaging, so it's extra plastic, and plastic prices have gone through the roof.
Plastic and shipping prices. But even if those went back down, even if those costs went back down, inflation is still a thing.
Yeah.
So it would still like $25 is about the same. Now that doesn't excuse the whole, hey, we're going to release regular figures as deluxes to get even more money out of you. Like that sucks.
I'm not defending that.
That sucks. But that's a separate issue. A normal regular price increase like this, it sucks. I don't like it, but I understand it. Like I get it. I'm not gonna throw a fit over it because I can't control it. I'm still gonna buy the series, but it's a normal part of being in an economy like this. The things get more expensive over time. That's just how it is.
Yep, absolutely.
So I guess my point is it's not greed. People are like, oh, it's just Hasbro being greedy. Like it's really not. It's Hasbro being a business. And
they stayed at $19.99 for quite a while.
For probably too long, to be honest. They probably stayed at $19.99 for a year or too long.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree. So real quick before we move on from the fan first news.
Sure.
And before we dive into the Boba Fett finale, I do want to read some comments that we got from patrons really fast.
Oh, please. I love these.
Yep. So I post on Patreon just asking our patrons what they thought about Fan First Wednesday, and I'm going to read through them really fast. I'll probably skim through them. I'm not going to say every point because some of them are longer. But Frostbit says he kind of agreed that the archive wave is pretty weak, because you said you're not getting any of them, which is fortunate for you. And he said most of them aren't that desirable other than Palpatine, which, the Dengar is pretty desirable, but...
I think for some people, two of these are very desirable, at the very least,
Yeah. And he did talk about... And I know Frostbit, I know you might be new here, maybe... He starts talking about the vintage collection. I'm going to give him a warning this time. I'm giving you a warning. I'm going to say it. But next time, we don't really do that on this show. But
that's not who we are.
Since you're a patron member, I will read off your points about he said, the vintage collection Clone Trooper looks a little off. Oh. Not a fan of the animated artwork on the packaging. Whenever previous Clone Wars figure had realistic artwork. I didn't notice that. I'll have to go back and look at that. And he said the vintage collection Jabba's Palace is super cool. Might get that for the Black Series figures as a backdrop. Yeah, let me know how that works. That's interesting. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. So I was just kind of going through the pictures right now. Mm-hmm. The Emperor Palpatine, according to the picture here, actually has the soft goods skirt, not the rubber skirt.
Oh, does it really? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, that's good news for those who
I'm actually ordering one right now because I think I might, because I've got two. I've got the one in my Empire selection sitting on the chair. I've got the one in the chair with the robe, from Amazon sitting in my Empire section. Mm-hmm. I got the other one. I put the lightning hands on. I put with Jedi Luke, so they can kind of fight. But that one has the rubber skirt, so I might buy this and just replace that because I like the soft goods skirt better. So as we're recording right now,
You're placing the order?
I'm buying a Black Series.
There you go. Heck yeah. I'm waiting for the day that we're in the middle of recording and then Yak Face puts up like a crazy in stock.
Oh man, it's gonna happen at some point.
Like right just now, the law of numbers, the Ahsoka wave dropped on Target in stock.
It almost happened with Dan, because GameStop, like right after we stopped recording, GameStop had the they put Bodhi Rook up.
Yeah,
remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was wild. I forgot about that. Yep. Bill Fryer says, as a Black Series collector, it was underwhelming as somewhat confusing. He said he wouldn't consider the archive figures to be reveals since there aren't any changes that are already announced. They were in the pipeline, and he agrees with us that Skiff Orlando is kind of confusing release for the archive because you can literally get them for $20 on Amazon. He does like the Night Brother, but says it's pretty much the exact same figure, but with a new weapon. But there were multiple of those in the game, so I guess they're staying true to the game. And he said the archive pipeline is also a pretty big disappointment, as I have all the figures I want from them. Hard pass on the sequel trilogy for me. I'm excited for the 3 pipeline figures they revealed, especially the Season 7 Maul. The most baffling part was Wave 32 being announced for pre-order tomorrow with 2023 ship dates. People are already finding them in the States. Yeah, that's they're starting to hit in my area, so I'm going to be hunting this weekend quite a bit for those.
People are upset about that, but I get it because, to be honest, Hasbro probably shipped those out a long time ago, And in reality, this wave was probably supposed to be the end of 2021. Like we were probably supposed to get this wave during Christmas time of 2021, because there's always that little kind of smaller wave at the end of the year that they usually do about 5 figures. So I think what happened was, since everything got delayed so far, they didn't see that happening. So they just they delayed announcing them because they were all still in transit. And those boxes got out to Target, and Target's putting them out because there's no street date on them. They've never had to street date stuff like this because it's not like a big event. It's not like a Force Friday or anything like that, So now that they're allowing people to put in pre-orders for them from Hasbro, I don't think they'll really take till 2023 to get. And this, I don't have insider knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think Hasbro's just being very diplomatic with it. I think they're giving it that leeway because they'd rather give you a far off date.
Yeah. They want to under promise, over deliver. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's they don't want to say, oh yeah, they'll be out, next month, and then they get delayed for like to the end of the year or whatever, because that's worse than saying, hey, they'll come out at the end of the year, but suddenly we're all getting them next month. That's better. So I think that's just kind of what Hasbro's going for. It sucks pre-ordering something that's so far out, but at the same time, I'd rather it be that way than the other way. Oh yeah, for sure. So I think we'll get them in 2022, but that's just, we don't have any insider knowledge on that.
No, we definitely don't. No.
Tim Long says, I would rather they got rid of the archive line and just release them in the Galaxy packaging. I agree. That's one of my big chances.
I actually came around on that. I don't like that because if you like, I'm not buying the Boba Fett, and now I have a hole in my Galaxy mural because I'm not buying that prototype Boba Fett. So, like, if they do that, I'm just gonna have figures that I'm gonna miss portraits of on that mural.
Yeah, but I know. Yeah, that's just a weird one because he has a helmet and stuff. But I'm talking about the ones with like updated heads for the most part. If they want to do archive for something like a Boba Fett, but like in the Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, are you kidding me? Put that in a Revenge of the Sith packaging, give it a better head.
And then let's do a whole new Obi-Wan Kenobi. Honestly.
Exactly. He said, I have most of these figures, so I'm going to pass, but would have pre-ordered them all had they been in the new packaging. That being said, he will get the Palpatine since he is crazy money over there in the UK. I think Palpatine's pretty pricey over here, too.
He is. Palpatine's a pricey character.
And he is looking forward to the Princess Leia, the Boosh disguise. Yeah, so... I think Palpatine and Dengar are really good for this archive wave.
Yes, I think those are easily the two standouts from this wave. I think 3PO is pretty good because he hasn't really. There haven't been a lot of 3POs, although it's not a good 3PO. Like, it's just not. Yeah. The only weird one is just that skiff Lando. It's such a weird choice.
It's just odd. H-Town Ray says, not many reveals if you ask me. A lot of the stuff is re-released. The Ayla, Maul, and Saw were probably my faves because they are actually new reveals. I feel cooler stuff was announced the day before, like the Dark Trooper. Very good point. It's weird they didn't even mention I don't even remember them mentioning the Dark Trooper on the stream.
No, they didn't.
They could have.
Did they at the beginning? I don't remember.
They might have mentioned it in past, but they didn't actually show it off, which I thought was kind of strange. Dankched says, pretty mediocre, honestly. Only saving grace was the pipeline reveals and what's up with Wave 32 arriving early 2023. Yeah, we just covered that. I think they're trying to under promise, over deliver on that. Even though it's currently being found, but apparently it's supposed to be a good year for Star Wars according to Patrick. I hope so. And there is a lot of, I guarantee they're already working on figures for Kenobi. They've probably got some Book of Boba Fett still in the works. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to release
that's one of the things they said in the Q&A. Because someone asked, why are we just now seeing Boba Fett and the Dark Trooper when we've seen these for over a year? And they said sometimes, like, when you see them in the show, that's the first time they're seeing them too, because they don't get a lot of this stuff early, which is interesting. But, like, I'm not calling them liars. I'm just, like, I think it's just interesting to see how long it takes between something showing up in a show and then them making it from that point. Josh
Gill says Saw is going to look sick. I know they want to do them a while back, but never did. Definitely going to be a deluxe. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's all going to be a deluxe, you think?
I don't know. According to the current layout, he definitely could. Yeah. If it's going by like comp band and stuff.
All the sculpting and paint applications, that makes sense. Aaron Darrow says, I'm sure it was a mystery, but how do you guys feel about the Wave 30? Oh, yeah, we've already covered that. And you have another one down there, so I'll read your other one. Let's see. Andrew Silva says, I guess I kind of echo everyone's disappointment on the Wave 32 timeline. If everything's not coming out to 2023, what is actually coming out the rest of this year? I think most people should start to get the Wave 31. Is that the Fennec Shand and the Tython Boba, and I guess that archive wave that you had today.
Yep.
I guess that should be coming.
The Rogue One, we've got.
The Rogue One stuff.
So we entered, because I have everything here on a master list. We entered 2022 with like 40 figures on pre-order.
Oh yeah.
Like there were 40 figures they had announced that hadn't come out yet into mass retail. We have things like that. The whole Boba Fett Tython wave, the George Lucas Stormtrooper, that archive wave I just got. I only just got, even though we pre-ordered that back in, was it June, September, something like that? I don't know. There's the carbonized figures from Target, the Paz Vizsla, the Scout Trooper, the Shore Trooper. There were the credit collections, the Galaxy's Edge figures, a bunch of Gaming Greats ones they've announced that haven't come out yet. The Cobb Vanth, the Mando and Grogu from Maldo Kreese.
And
what else?
What about the Arvala 7 or the
Arvala 7 one?
Arvala 7 one and the Maldo Kreese? What's the release date on that? Do we know?
We haven't seen it. Not that I've seen.
it.
We've pre-ordered it, which is nice, but
it did have its first. I posted today. It's Jedi.Trek on Instagram. Posted an in-hand look at it, so everybody go.
Oh, that's true. Yep, I remember seeing that. And then there's the 3 Walmart Clone Wars figures that are coming out at some point.
Yep.
And the rest of the Rogue One figures. So it's not like we don't have any figures. And like I said, a lot of these dates... It just might not be
the ones that you want.
Yes.
Right.
And a lot of these dates are going to get pushed up. Like, I'm pretty sure they're sitting on those holiday troopers now so that when the holidays come around, they'll flood the market with those. They're going to sit in a warehouse until the holidays roll back around.
Maybe some tight joints.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Some toit joints.
Last question. Aaron Darrow says, do you think we'll maybe get a Jango Fett helmet this year for Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary?
Oh.
That would be a good idea. I wouldn't get it personally because I have these 4, and the only other helmet I would probably get, like Black Series helmet, is probably the 501st Clone Trooper if they ever make it, which they should. But I'd have to get another shelf if they did. But hey, that would be cool. I don't think they do helmets for anniversaries, but I could be wrong. That would be cool though. So they have the Boba Fett helmet. They'd have to get rid of the dent, but they could just repaint it.
Yeah, true.
Well, they have did they get rid of the dent in the prototype one? I don't think they did.
I don't remember. I don't really collect these, so I don't really pay attention to that stuff, honestly.
I think they also released a regular, like a Mandalorian, like Death Watch helmet, maybe.
Yeah, they have done that, yep.
So that might, if that's Jango Fett's mold, like just without the dent, then they could just, paint that silver and blue or something. But that's it for the Patreon comments on the post. So we really appreciate you all for supporting us every month. And honestly, all the time. And then the interaction on the page is pretty cool, in my opinion. Hopefully, I want to try to find another person or two to have like a Patreon exclusive show again with. That was really fun. So,
yeah.
So, do you want to really quick talk about your thoughts on the Boba Fett finale? What do you think?
I liked the Boba Fett finale. I think the Boba Fett show as a whole, as a cohesive episodic show, I don't think it's a good show. If I had to equate it to anything, it felt like I was watching anime filler. So like episodes just kind of go in between like the big ones that don't really do anything. Like they don't really amount to anything meaningful. They're just there to kind of entertain you and to kill time. So it kind of felt like filler, but there were a lot of enjoyable parts to it. I definitely liked the season 2.5 of The Mandalorian. I loved seeing Cad Bane. But I think the star of the show for me in that last episode, and spoiler alert.
For sure. Yeah.
If you haven't seen the ending, but at the point you're listening to this, hopefully.
I mean, we did kind of spoil it in the very opening of the show. We talked about Cad Bane dying.
But let's talk about that Rancor. Let's talk about
not again.
That Rancor.
I'm having PTSD right now.
Boba Fett riding that Rancor around, like absolutely demolishing Mos Espa.
It was so cool.
Trying to save Mos Espa.
Yeah. And then he like climbs the King Kong scene where he's like climbing the thing.
A little King Kong nod there. Yep. When he's trying to bite Mando's head and the helmet kept getting in the way and stuff. There was a lot to just really, as a Star Wars fan, to just really and thoroughly enjoy. Yeah. Could you sit there and go frame by frame and pick apart stuff? Sure. You can do that with literally any Star Wars. Even A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back. There's so much you can pick apart. Don't. Just enjoy it. Just sit down and enjoy the TV show about rocket troopers and space wizards.
Yep.
You know, like it's not supposed to be taken so seriously. It's just not.
I think, and my thoughts on the entire show, I feel like as a super diehard Star Wars fan, I enjoyed it. But I think for people who aren't as steeped in the lore, this show probably seems super disjointed. And I feel like the war, I was expecting like a bigger war, not like a Game of Thrones scale war to where you have like
but something bigger
of troopers,
than what we got.
But something a little more than like, oh, there's 8 Pike people right here, and we're gonna like have a little battle with them. Like this is like a game.
I felt
fight,
like they kept killing the same 5 people over and over again.
And like I felt like it could have led up to something bigger. Sure. But and I don't know. It's just I really liked it.
It definitely felt small for the scale they kept describing it as. That's for sure. And just today, my dad sent me a text saying like, "Okay, I watched the first episode. It's all over the place. Does it get better?" Because he didn't like the fact that it kept jumping back and forth either, which I totally get. I told him, it gets better over time. But like he's also never really seen Clone Wars or Bad Batch. So like when it comes to the cool stuff, like Cad Bane was mind blowing to me. He's not gonna care at all. He's gonna be, who's this blue asshole? So for things like that for me, but he is gonna care about Mando.
When Boba gives Cad the line where he says, "I'm not a little boy anymore." There's so much history out of that we were able to see in the animated show. Exactly. That a lot of people aren't gonna connect with.
Exactly.
So, and I think it's just hard for me to put it in words. Like, I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I feel like it would have been a lot better. And I hate like playing this thing that people do with like Last Jedi all the time. Where like, well, I should have wrote it, and it would have been much better if they did what I think they should have done. That type of thing. But if I were directing it, I think it would have had a little more impact if. Like the Tuskens didn't die, but they kind of like had to flee and then they ended up coming in at the end and helping him, or something.
That would have been cool.
Or like not the whole tribe, but at least like the warrior woman.
The warrior one,
we should have got like one connection from the Tuskens to come to his aid. Because
I was talking.
It's like what Mando. Sorry to keep going 1 second, but it's like what Mando said. He said, "You're running out of friends," or something like that. So then Boba goes and gets the Rancor, and him riding that Rancor was really badass.
It was awesome. I loved it. Like that for me was worth the whole series. If the whole series were set up for just that, I would have been satisfied, honestly, because that was a lot of fun.
For me, I think the highlight was still Luke, and episode 6 was still the...
That was probably the most unexpected. I did not expect us to see more Luke Skywalker.
And as good of the faces we got, you know.
If not better. Yeah, it was way better than we got in the season 2 finale. So
I need a full series. Can you imagine how better the technology is going to be in a year and a half?
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
Let's get a whole Luke series. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, and you were spot on about that voice. I watched that clip where like it 100% is an AI generated voice.
Yeah, it's an app called Respeecher. That's the technology.
Yeah. And they took a bunch of old like radio things of Mark Hamill speaking and reading, and they just put it into a program, and they can make him say whatever he wants. And that's scary. Yep. That is scary that you can.
It
do
is
something
scary.
Like that.
So
yeah.
The future is going to be. You know how now we have like Twitter verified like celebrity messages. The future, you're going to have verified audio clips because anybody's going to be able to make it sound like, you know, this. Like, can you think how dangerous that is for politics?
Oh, for sure. You can have. I can make, you know, anyone say anything I want, and it will sound like them.
I mean, people release stuff without context all the time now.
All the time, yeah.
You know, if they're lacking context, can you imagine what they're going to do whenever they can make somebody say something? It's gonna
get crazy, yeah, for sure. But I think going back to Book of Boba Fett, I was talking with Dan, and I completely agree with him. Dan, just name dropping Dan Larson here, guys. You know,
Toy Galaxy, shout out
Toy Galaxy, yeah. But friend of the show. But you know, there's just a lot of things they don't answer. Like I'm okay with Boba changing his outlook and wanting to be the daimyo instead of a bounty hunter, but like why? You know, like they didn't really. It was a sudden change, and they didn't really go into the real reason, because it's a drastic change for almost no reason. You know, they talk about, you know, he was a near death experience. He didn't want to get killed. You know, he's tired of working for people and he wants to be his own boss or whatever. Like, I get it, but like that doesn't seem like a big enough reason for all the changes he made. You know, like why does he care about Mos Espa so much suddenly?
That's my point. Like, I'm fine with him, like in his age, not wanting to. You know, and he says, like, I don't want to work. I'm tired of working for you who are going to get me killed. And he wants to make his own decisions.
I get.
Like, like that's all fine. And I can, like, make my own headcanon on why he wants to, you know, do this change. But the one thing he says, Mos Espa, these are my people.
Yeah.
But
why?
Why
when?
are these? We didn't get. Like, he didn't say, like, you know, working for Jabba, I spent so much time here. Like, I fell in love with these people. Like, we didn't get any. We just have to assume that he worked for Jabba and he fell in love with those people of that city. But, you know, I don't know. It's just, it was a little disjointed. People are kind of hot on Robert Rodriguez's tale, which people kind of forget. They really loved his episode he did in The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? He just directed it. He didn't write it. You know, he didn't write any of this. This was all 100% written by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. So if you're going to be mad at anyone because of the way the story was told, you got to be mad. And you got to be honest with yourself, and you got to be mad at the two people that you love and that you're crediting for saving Star Wars with The Mandalorian and all that stuff. Because they are just as responsible for Book of Boba Fett as they are for The Mandalorian and all of that stuff.
And I feel like it's kind of clear that since Dave and John wrote this, I think it's clear that they put 98% of their focus on The Mandalorian, and then they wrote... They had them two while in the middle of trying to do Mandalorian Season 3, and Dave Filoni is trying to set up this Ahsoka show.
Yes.
And all that. They had them do this Boba Fett show real quick. They should have had somebody else, like, write it, but have Dave and John, like, almost like supervising executive or something like that, just overseeing it, telling them what they want to do, and then have somebody fill in all the gaps. And then changing things here and there. Kind of like how George did with, you know, Empire and...
Yeah, pretty much just like that.
Having Irvin Kershner, you know, and all this. So
yeah, for sure.
I think they would have had somebody would have been able to focus on solely that story more, and then interweave the Mando stuff, and then they could have dove deeper into Boba's reasonings. Yeah, and it also didn't help that they only had 7 episodes.
It needed one. It needed one more episode.
It needed one more with a little. I think a little more reasoning. like, why are the pikes so bad on the planet? Like, affecting the people in that city, you know? Like, because all we just, like, they're just moving spice and they blew up this town. But, like, what is the spice? What's it doing to those people? And why is that so bad? If you're a crime lord, why is that so bad?
Yeah, isn't that what you want? Because it's a crime. Aren't you there to lord over the crime? Yeah, we're missing. I feel like we're missing a puzzle somewhere in that backstory. Like we're missing.
And we may still get it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, no, you got a point there.
Season 2 is not off the table. You know, there's been some rumors. Yeah. You know, everybody's Han Solo rumors shit the bed, didn't they?
That's funny. You're absolutely right. They did 100%. So that's fun. I like it when rumors like that, because you know Kathleen Kennedy is still getting fired any day now. Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think that's about all I've got for that. There weren't any real new figures other than, you know, the Rancor. would have been real cool to have a Rancor.
Yeah.
Would have been super neat to, you know, have a Rancor to put Boba Fett on top of. And
you know, that's a reason to buy a second one. You know, that would have been a reason to buy a second.
Would have been a really cool thing to do. And you know, part of it is Hasbro's fault for not delaying the Rancor to coincide with seeing a really cool Rancor on the screen. Like, part of it, but part of it's also, you know, if people had just bought it. I can only do so much
against it.
or just not campaigned against it. And that's really the thing is I really had nothing against anyone who saw it and they decided, you know what, that's not for me. I had nothing against anyone who made that personal decision at all. It was the people who were actively campaigning against it that I had a problem with, because that's not cool.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like about it. Like, if you don't want to buy it, don't encourage others to not.
Don't evangelize it. Just don't buy it.
But yeah, for figures from this episode, I mean, we didn't really get any new characters or anything pop up. So we've pretty much talked about it through the whole.
Yeah, I think the number one figure we need from Book of Boba Fett is Black Chrysanthemum. Like, that's just
Black Chrysanthemum and a really good Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
you know, would be nice with like the black tights underneath and like the little half skirt, whatever you call that thing. But yeah, that's beating a dead horse. So we've talked about this.
We've talked about it. Yeah, there's nothing really new to talk about there.
Yeah, sure. So I think that's gonna do it.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. For this episode of Black Series Cantina, of course we're gonna end it talking about how we missed the Rancor. I feel like the Rancor always comes back to haunt us.
It's always gonna haunt
somehow.
us. It's gonna haunt us until our podcast dies.
Which it will never die until one of us dies, right?
Yeah. Wow.
I hope not.
Don't you put that on me. Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks for listening. Obviously, for me, if you're looking for more stuff from me, I have a YouTube channel. I do Star Wars videos on there. I've got archive figures already up. If you're listening to this, the chances are I've got 2 new archive videos that you can watch if you want to. I also have Instagram at Trusty Psychic. I'm also on Twitter at Mike Case. And as of a couple weeks ago, I am on TikTok, but I've only done 1 video there, so you don't really have to find me there. But if you want to,
it's a good video.
At Mike Case. It's at Mike Case 82.
It's a good video.
Thank you. Where can they find you, Zach?
They can find me on Instagram, of course, at the Star Wars Black Series. I'm always posting on there. You can find me on TikTok, of course. I'm talking about that. I'm kind of blowing up right now. My Dark Trooper video got like almost 80,000 video views.
That's crazy. That's way better than my 500 views for mine.
I've gotten like 1,000 followers just off of that video, so I'm over 4,000 followers now. I've been going live every now and then. You know, if I get a figure to unbox, I go live on there. You can also subscribe to the Black Series Cantina YouTube channel. I don't think we've posted anything for
there's
non-Patreon
literally nothing
people
on there
yet.
that you can. Yeah, there's stuff in there for Patreon members, but there's nothing that you can watch.
You never know. We may post something there. We may not, but you know, maybe subscribe over there just in case.
Yeah.
Maybe
be one of the first 100 subscribers. Why not?
You know, maybe if we get enough subscribers over there, we can do like live reactions one day to like really big drops.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a goal
as it grows, we will be more incentivized to put stuff on there.
Yep.
So
and of course, email us blackseriescantina@gmail.com if you want to get something right on the show. If we don't,
as of right now, unless you're a Patreon supporter, emailing us is the best way to leave a comment or anything like that. So,
or if just in case the rarity that the Patreon people don't fill up our comment section for the episode, we'll go to the email. And of course, speaking of Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/blackseriescantina. I think that's / anyways. Black Series Cantina on Patreon. We have a couple of different levels. We're starting to get a lot of we have the $5 comments, for the show. We might have to up that because we're getting a lot. We really appreciate the support, but our airways are getting filled. So you never know. Maybe you got to get in your $5 comment while you can. So subscribe. Well, not $5 comment, but $5 monthly membership in order to guarantee it read on the show. You never know if we're going to change anything up, but we really appreciate the support over there.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Cool.
So,
well, thanks for listening, and we will see you in 2 weeks. So we're going to take a week off in between this, and hopefully we'll be back with some guests.
I'm working on it.
Don't hold us to it, but look forward to it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bye.